In this video, we will demonstrate how to access the injector assembly. After you've depressurized the softener and with the system in bypass mode, use a crosshead screwdriver or nut driver to remove the 3 bolts holding the injector cover in place. Next, remove the injector screen and set aside for further inspection. This is an upflow brining softener control valve, so the live injector set is located on the right side port and the plug is located on the left side port. If this were a downflow brining softener control valve, the injector set and plug would be in the opposite positions. To remove the plug, use a flathead screwdriver and pry it from the left side port as shown. You will notice that there are 2 O-rings wrapped around the plug and there's no hole through the center from end to end. Its purpose is to keep water from entering this port. For now, we're going to place the plug back into its port, and when installing, align the extended tab on the plug with the corresponding groove located at the 3 o'clock position. Simply rotate the plug to align the tab with the notch and push it into place. Next, pry the red injector housing away from the valve body port. Notice that there are 2 O-rings wrapped around the housing, similar to the plug, but this time there's an injector set inside of the housing and there's a hole running through the center from end to end. Let's first inspect the injector screen by checking for any buildup of rust, dirt, or debris. Clean the outside and inside, or replace the screen if necessary. You must be able to see clearly through it from end to end. The purpose of the screen is to protect the injector set by capturing debris before brine passes through the injector set. If the screen becomes plugged, it will negatively affect the brine draw. This is the plug. You'll notice that there's no hole through the center from end to end. Inspect the 2 O-rings for tears or pinching and replace them if necessary. Apply a light amount of silicone grease to both O-rings prior to placing them onto the plug. Next, let's look at the injector housing. Just like the plug, it has 2 O-rings. First, inspect the 2 O-rings to ensure they are not pinched or torn. If you notice any damage, carefully remove the O-rings and replace them with new ones. Next, you'll notice that this housing contains 2 pieces that makes up the injector set. There's the nozzle and the throat. The function of these components is to create a vacuum that draws brine from the brine tank. You'll notice a small hole running through the center of the injector set and the housing from end to end. It is critical to ensure that no debris builds up inside this assembly in order to maintain proper operation. Using a flathead screwdriver, unthread the nozzle from the housing, and then unthread the throat, which is found deeper inside of the housing. Use a pick tool to delicately clean debris from the injector throat. Then clean debris from the nozzle. Be careful not to enlarge the nozzle hole as it is precision drilled to a specific diameter. As an alternative option, you could replace the injector set, but please be aware that injectors come in various colors and any replacement must match the existing color set to ensure proper performance of the softener. Using the flathead screwdriver, thread the throat into the housing until snug. You do not want to over tighten as you will risk breaking the injector throat. Then thread the nozzle into place as well. Again, just nice and snug. And then apply a light amount of silicone grease to the 2 O-rings and place them into position. This is the injector cover, which includes an O-ring. Ensure the O-ring is not pinched or torn. Prior to installing the injector set housing back into position, it is recommended to ensure there is no debris or buildup inside the port. Since we had already placed the plug into the left side port, push the injector assembly housing back into the right side port. Ensure the extended tab on the housing aligns with the corresponding groove located at the 9 o'clock position. You can simply rotate the housing to align the tab with the notch before pushing it into place, and then using a flathead screwdriver, ensure that the injector nozzle is snug and in place as well. Prior to placing the screen back into its port, it's recommended to ensure there's no debris or buildup inside as well. Once cleared, simply slide the screen into place. Next, ensure that the O-ring is properly positioned on the injector cover. Apply a light amount of silicone grease before placing it into position. Once the cover is in place, tighten the 3 bolts using a crosshead screwdriver or nut driver. You have now successfully inspected the injector assembly.
Visit us at www.canaturewg.com.